An alleged armed maritime seizure in the Gulf is raising fresh alarm after Bahrain accused Iranian forces of hijacking one of its vessels and forcing 3 sailors into Iranian waters at gunpoint. The boat was reportedly stripped of an engine and valuables before the crew was released hours later in what Manama calls a violation of international law near waters that host the US Fifth Fleet in Manama. The timing is explosive, coming amid fragile nuclear negotiations between Washington and Tehran and an expanded US naval presence in the region. Analysts say such maritime confrontations often serve as calibrated pressure tactics, signaling leverage in the narrow and strategically vital Gulf corridor. Speaking during his address, President Donald Trump revived his hard red line against Tehran, reminding lawmakers of past forceful actions against Iranian leadership and militant networks.
For decades, it had been the policy of the United States never to allow Iran to obtain a nuclear weapon. Many decades. Since they seized control of that proud nation 47 years ago, the regime and its murderous proxies have spread nothing but terrorism and death and hate. They've killed and maimed thousands of American service members and hundreds of thousands and even millions of people with what's called roadside bombs. They were the kings of the roadside bomb. And we took out Soleimani. I did that during my first term. Had a huge impact. He was the father of the roadside bomb.
Trump said negotiations are underway, but warned that Iran has not publicly committed to permanently abandoning nuclear weapons, a condition he framed as non-negotiable.
We are in negotiations with them. They want to make a deal, but we haven't heard those secret words. We will never have a nuclear weapon. My preference is to solve this problem through diplomacy. But one thing is certain, I will never allow the world's #1 sponsor of terror, which they are by far, to have a nuclear weapon. Can't let that happen.
Tehran insists its nuclear program is peaceful, but the alleged seizure at sea now collides with Washington's renewed military warning, deepening mistrust on both sides. With diplomacy hanging in the balance and Gulf waters increasingly tense, even a localized confrontation risks feeding a far wider escalation cycle.